Now, here's an offer that many governments just cannot refuse. Would you like to hack into the phones of journalists, gather up every bit of data, and trace every call, message, and keystroke? Then you're in luck. There's some malware, malicious software for that. This story starts with an Israeli company called the NSO Group. It says it's in the business of cyber intelligence for global security and stability. The company's primary product is known as Pegasus. It's a program so sophisticated that it can embed into your mobile phone through just one phone call, even if you don't take that call. The governments that use Pegasus, from Saudi Arabia to Mexico to India, all say they're out to stop security threats. But it's also used against civil society, including human rights activists. And in October, WhatsApp sent the NSO Group a clear message. It's suing the company for developing Pegasus to specifically hack into people's devices through that messaging app. The Listening Post's Meenakshi Ravi now on the growing surveillance threat against journalists and the malware of choice for the governments involved.
Chaudhry didn't know it at the time, but the Toronto-based research group, the Citizen Lab, was contacting him as part of an investigation it was conducting on behalf of a big-name company, WhatsApp, the messaging app used by 1.5 billion people around the world. The focus of the investigation was a piece of malicious software produced by an Israeli firm, the NSO Group. In May, WhatsApp had discovered that its messaging app, specifically its video calling facility, was being used to infiltrate the phones of selected targets. The name of this piece of surveillance software? Pegasus, and it is dangerous.
So Pegasus is incredibly invasive technology that has been developed, I'd say really within the last 10 years as a growing industry for law enforcement, intelligence agencies to get inside people's devices. If you get inside somebody's mobile device, you effectively see a window into everything having to do with their world, their movements, their social relationships, even their most private communications, even those that are end-to-end encrypted. You can turn on the microphone, the camera, capture sound, and of course track somebody because of the GPS.
We've got the tech companies conducting mass surveillance on us and exploiting us and our data. We've got hackers who are selling dangerous cyber weapons to try and get access to people's stuff, and we've got governments who, for power and control, want to know everything about us.
So the big evolution and sophistication of NSO's attack infrastructure was revealed in May of this year when it emerged that they had developed a capability to infect a device simply by ringing the phone. So they wouldn't have to trick somebody into doing anything, they just have to call the number.
As cyber warfare grows in importance and the weapons grow more sophisticated, national defense officials are equipping themselves, buying the best tools available. India, Mexico, Kenya, Qatar, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia are among the 30 countries that are reportedly NSO's clients. They say they use Pegasus against bad actors, extremists in India, drug lords in Mexico. If only it ended there. The spyware is also being used on human rights activists, community organizers, the lawyers working with them, and journalists. One of the features of Pegasus is that it allows client governments to craft bespoke text messages embedded with links that, when clicked upon, infect the recipient's device.
Over the last 3 years, we've been doing research on NSO Group. They're selling to, countries with horrible track records of human rights abuses and a lack of government accountability, like the Gulf countries, like Mexico, Rwanda. Targets are emerging who were tracked by death squads coming from Rwanda. It's like a rogues gallery of autocrats.
A lot of what protects journalists and others on a day-to-day basis is basic digital hygiene, not making silly slip-ups, not clicking on unknown links, opening unknown emails, downloads, leaving passwords around and using two-factor authentication and so on. But none of us has the time or energy to try and act like spies. It's crazy that in this day and age, journalists are facing such enormous digital threats. We just have to do our best. But sometimes, as definitely in the case of the Pegasus attack, sometimes your best probably won't be enough.